Hey, it's Lugubrious. Just a quick video here on the day of Ozzy Osbourne's passing. Reflective right now and thinking about things. And if you look at the title of my video, it's a little weird, but I promise you it's not a clickbait title. I really do feel like I owe Ozzy a lot. I say that kind of strangely because I don't know if I actually qualify as an Ozzy Osbourne fan. I think I do because of what I'll tell you in a minute here, but I don't want to be a bandwagoner. I don't want you to think that I'm just chiming in pretending to be the biggest fan of Sabbath or Ozzy. I'm not. But I do mean what I say when I say I owe him a lot. So when I was 13 years old, I have a stepbrother, and I didn't know him growing up. Then he visited where I'm at when I was a boy, and he had a guitar, what I think was an Epiphone Flying V, and I had never seen one of those before. I didn't know that side of music, meaning heavy rock. And so I was just enamored by that guitar, and I asked him to let me play it, and he was good to me. And so I owe my brother a lot too. He's the reason I play guitar today, and we had a pretty successful band and such. But anyway, I played that guitar, and the very first thing I ever learned, I have to be honest, is the notes to, yeah, like Cat Scratch Fever. Those were the first notes I ever fretted on a guitar. But the first song I ever learned on guitar was Crazy Train from Ozzy. And I fell in love with that song. I fell in love with the sound. I fell in love. I mean, it totally captivated me. So that song and that record, Blizzard of Oz, is why I play guitar. And if you didn't know, music is a big part of my life. I wanted to essentially come on here and sort of thank Ozzy, if that's okay to do. It's weird that I'm doing it, and that's now where I can tell you the weird part about the fact that I have covered Black Sabbath music and Ozzy music on my channel is weird. I'll just say this. I don't say it a lot, but I'm a pretty religious dude, and I know over history Ozzy and Sabbath and those people don't often get along, but I always kind of saw through what was going on there, and I never really bought into the old darkness thing, and I knew what was happening, the theater of it all, and same with people like Alice Cooper and others. So I was able at the time, because I had a rough childhood, to look through all of that. I didn't grow up religious. I had a rough childhood, and so I was able to find the value in the art of the music when I was a kid, and it just meant so much to me. Actually, on my channel here, if you want to go, shameless plug, if you want to go listen, I did 2 Sabbath covers in the last few years. And then I also did a Crazy Train cover. I think those are all on my covers playlist. And the Crazy Train one is very significant because I've done a few of these things where I started out as sort of a joke. Simple Man is like that from Skinner. I started out as sort of doing it as a joke, to where Crazy Train, this cool, heavy rock tune, I was going to do an acoustic version of it, sort of tongue-in-cheek, kind of funny. But the crazy part, and it literally happens in the vocal recording, you can almost hear it. You might be able to pick it out if you listen. I got really emotional because as I started doing it, I had never played that song like that before. I'd never played acoustic like that with Crazy Train. In fact, I hadn't played Crazy Train in 20 or 30 years or whatever. So as I was doing it, as I was recording it, I recorded the acoustic guitars and stuff, and then I was singing it, it hit me hard how emotional I was, how much that song meant to me, how much the journey that I was on was started by that song. So when I was recording the cover, it just got me. I actually was holding back tears as I was crying. I mean, as I was singing, I was trying to keep from crying in that song. So you might want to check that out. I say some of those things in the description there. I'm not going to repeat them in this video, but yeah, Ozzy meant a lot to me, and his contribution to music, to rock music, is undeniable. Pretty much the king of heavy metal, right? If Elvis is the king of rock and roll and Michael Jackson is the king of pop, I mean, who else would be the king of metal if not Ozzy Osbourne? But anyway, those guys, that record, Blizzard of Oz, I owe them a lot. I owe Ozzy and let's be honest, Bob Daisley, Lee Kerslake, and Randy Rhoads. I owe those guys a lot too, because they are pretty much responsible for that record. But I just wanted to say it. I just want to say I hope his family's doing okay. You can listen to my 2 Sabbath covers. I mean, there's something. I think of that a religious dude like myself would do 2 Sabbath covers, but they're both meaningful covers because they're anti-war, and I think that's something we can all kind of agree on. The world would be better without war. So I did War Pigs and Children of the Grave. I just wanted to give props to Ozzy's music legacy and find the way, that common ground where even though we might be different, come from different backgrounds and think different thoughts about the world, man, there's no denying Ozzy's contribution or just how awesome he was as a singer, nobody sounds like him. He's one of those voices that nobody sounds like Ozzy Osbourne. And so I'm, condolences to his fans and family. I'll never forget the significance of learning those first notes of Crazy Train. And as a kid, I remember, especially as I was getting a little further, and you could do that thing, that little thing Randy Rose does. I thought I was the coolest thing ever that I could do that. So anyway, R.I.P. Ozzy, and you fans, I appreciate you too. Those of you who loved him. Take care.